Let's go to Washington now and talk to Dr. Webster Tarpley, author and historian. Welcome to the program, sir. Doctor, the same thing that Al-Qaeda did, the fact that it bit the hand that fed them, that is the United States. How likely will we see the case happen with the Free Syrian Army?
Well, these are shocking atrocities, and I think now the perspective is clear. If the Free Syrian Army, if this al-Nusra gang of death squads in particular should ever gain power over Syria or large parts of Syria, we would witness a colossal bloodbath that would certainly be the biggest in the current century, and it would rival what we saw in the Lake District of Africa back in the middle of the 1990s. That will be a genocide of Shiites, of Alawites, of Christians, Melkites, Maronites, Syriacs, Orthodox, and others. Also people who are politically not acceptable to these killers, and also foreign citizens. Tens of thousands of people from other countries will also be candidates for execution. All of that will be on the account of Obama and Hillary Clinton. And what you could see coming out of that is a situation where the current U.S. administration has essentially turned over first Libya and is now trying to do the same thing, turn the Syrian country over to Al-Qaeda. Now that is obvious impeachment bait. That is a colossal international scandal. Also notice that the rebels are becoming more and more impudent and arrogant and insolent. They say they want an apology from Russia because they didn't support them soon enough, and they seem to be angry with the United States because the U.S. support is not enough for them. This would be, in many respects, an independent terrorist emirate, probably a satellite of Saudi Arabia or Qatar, but defiant of Europe, Russia, the United States, and just about everybody else. It would be a genocide machine unleashed in the Eastern Mediterranean.
And Doctor, what is the real goal behind the ignition of a full-scale war in Syria?
The goal is what it's always been, the destruction of the modern state, that Syria, like Libya, like others, is in a very general way the heir of the Nasser reforms in Egypt in the 1950s and 60s.
And Doctor, some observers talk about this plot being
micro-states, rump states, and so forth.
Yes, Doctor, some talk about Iran being the main goal behind this.
Yes, and in that sense, it's to deprive Iran of its principal ally in the Arab world, and also to deprive Hezbollah of their strategic depth and their logistical backup. So it's a prelude to bigger and wider and more destructive wars. It's a tragic situation, and everybody involved should pull back. None of the sponsors of this are going to fare well. They will all fare poorly.
And how much do you think Turkey's involvement in this scenario will be detrimental to its status?
Well, suppose you get the death squads taking over Syria. The next question for them will be who to attack next. A lot of them have been veterans of the Libyan civil war destabilization. They're now in Syria. By now, these are fascist gangs. They know only one form of life, which is combat, so they'll be looking around. Will it be Erdogan of Turkey, who appears to them to be the greater evil, or the king of Jordan, or will they try to attack the coastal cities of Lebanon? Will they pick a quarrel with the Kurds and try to fight that out? That's anybody's guess, but it is a completely destructive power that has been unleashed in the Levant.
Indeed. We'll have to leave it there for the time being. Many thanks to Webster Tarpley, author and historian from Washington. Thanks for your time there, sir.